Alright guys, let's go. This is DM. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to day 2 of the spoiler season 4 Magic the Gathering's Aether Revolt set, the second half of the Kaladesh block. So, on the last one, we talked about the cards that have been spoiled already. We also talked about some of the mechanics from Kaladesh. So that's going to come into play a little bit this video. There are 4 new cards for us this week. And we're going to go over each one of them one at a time, just like we did in the last time. So before we get started, there are 2 big things about this one. No, we didn't get the Tezzeret Planeswalker. Trust me, I was waiting for it. We didn't get it, but we did get kind of a sneak peek that's really exciting, and I left that one for last. And then we did get a new mechanic, it looks like, and that's actually what we're going to start off with. So 4 cards again. I'm gonna get right into it. I believe it's beep that one. Sweet. Battle at the Bridge is X and a black. It's a sorcery. Improvise. Being the new mechanic, your artifacts can help cast a spell. Each artifact you tap after you're done activating mana abilities pays for 1. So basically, every artifact you have is essentially 1 mana. Every artifact you have is essentially like a Darksteel Ingot, I guess. And the spell itself does, target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn, you gain X life. So it's kind of like a drain life spell, so that's pretty neat. Except it's giving -X/-X instead of just dealing damage. So it can kill gods, it can kill pretty much any creature, as long as you can pay enough into it, and then your artifacts will help you pay into it. So again, another big thing for my Bray deck. Um, just as a little fun fact. Oh, and then of course you gain life, so that's pretty cool too. That's standard black, hurt people, take life. Standard black. The flavor text for this one says, "This is bigger than you, all of you." Tezzeret says that, and of course you see Tezzeret is there on the art. Make sure you guys are seeing it right. Cool. Just as a little funny thing, I guess, one of the comments here on the right says, when Crazy Artifact Man is standing over you with his legion of tentacles, I don't think I want him telling me it's big, let alone bigger than me. I do not want to ride this roller coaster." So that was just, I've seen enough hentai, I don't know how this is going to end. You'll never be big enough to ride, but you're going to anyway. So, thank you, Magic community, for ruining everybody's childhood. Kids play this game, you assholes. Alright, right on to the next one. Pias Revolution, for those of you who don't know. Pia Nalar is Chandra's mother. Kieran, her father, is presumably dead because when they reprinted the Pia and Kieran Nalar card, it was just Pia Nalar. So this is a 2 and a red. It's an enchantment. Whenever a non-token artifact is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, return that card to your hand unless target opponent has Pia's Revolution deal 3 damage to him or her. This is straight out of Theros. Athreos, the god of passage, is the white-black god. Basically said the same thing for creatures. If a creature would go to the battlefield, you may return it to your hand unless an opponent is willing to take 3 damage. This is, again, so good. I feel like Aether Revolt is going to make up for everything I didn't like about Kaladesh, energy counters, and crewing vehicles. I feel like this is totally going to make me change my mind on this whole block, which is not uncommon. You always want to go out with a bang, so the second block, previously it used to be the third block, was always kind of like your big bang, and seems like it could be really stupid strong. Flavor text says, Pia's passion was directed to the big picture at making real lasting change. Good comment on the side here. This seems really good, like really good. Just imagine it in something like Duretti EDH that doesn't really care either way where the cards go. Or in Brea, where 2 mana can potentially become 10 damage. Then you have things like Puzzle Knots and Standard. Puzzle Knots and Standard. Didn't even think about Puzzle Knots. That's really cool because the Puzzle Knots all sacrifice themselves to get an effect. Now you have possibility of recurring them. That's a really good point. So even for Standard players, I know I'm kind of a strictly Commander player, even Standard players should be excited for Pia's Revolution. I think it's going to be a massive card for Standard and also for ADH, for Artifact decks that have red in them, of course. Disallow. I'm super excited about this one, and I think you're going to understand why. Like, as soon as... Sorry, I saw the comment and it made me smile. As soon as you see what it says, I think you're going to understand why I'm excited. For 1 and a blue, it's an instant counter target spell. Okay, it's just like cancel, right? It's called disallow. I don't know if I said that. Counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. Mana abilities can't be targeted. So it's like the ultimate counter. anything, anything ever. Stop it. Except for mana abilities. That is so freaking cool. I'm gonna lose my mind. So I am not by any means and then you could even see Stifle down on the the Thor's part on the right. Stifle was a one blue mana instant that said counter target activated or triggered ability. Mana abilities can't be targeted. Um, so this is cancel and Stifle put together. You don't increase the cost at all. That's so cool. That's so good. This is going to become a staple in every format it's allowed in. If they don't ban it from a format, you're gonna play it just because you can get rid of anything you want. Stop it, don't do it. Stop it, don't do it. So cool. The flavor text says, so how easily your flames are quenched. Barrel Chief of Compliance. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. I don't think I like that. Alright, so here is the ultimate spoiler card for the set. It's called Dark Imitations. It is Grizzix colors? It's 2, a blue, a black, and a red. It is a sorcery. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker, then discards a card. You return a creature or planeswalker card from your graveyard to your hand, then draw a card. When you cast a Bolas Planeswalker spell, exile Dark Imitations from your graveyard. That Planeswalker enters the battlefield with an additional loyalty counter on it. So if you don't understand where the big spoiler is, this means we're probably going to see Nicol Bolas in Kaladesh. So Nicol Bolas has already been spoiled for the next set, which is a Monket, I believe is how you say it, which is the kind of Egyptian-y themed one, where it's apparently he's been like kind of ruling over the plane. But I think we're going to see him in this one, and it does make sense. Tezzeret has worked for Nicol Bolas in the past. It's possible that Nicol Bolas is either going to find him in Kaladesh and try to like bring him back into the fold, or maybe they're working together again and we haven't known because we haven't seen Tezzeret or Nicol Bolas in a very long time. Well, we saw Nicol Bolas when Sarkhan went back in time to save Ugin. But I don't think we saw a Planeswalker for Nicol Bolas again. Did we? I can't remember. I'm going to have to go look. Either way. But it's not like definite that a Bolas Planeswalker is going to be there. But I would think it's very, very likely now that we're going to see Nicol Bolas in this one, which will then even lead us into the next plane where I'm guessing the Gatewatch folks are going to be following him to a Monket and realizing, oh shit, he's got like this whole plane under his tyranny and now we have to liberate it. So, that is it for today. There's only 4 spoilers, and I will go back and show you the page. Heart of Kiran, we've already done. In the last one, that was the legendary vehicle. The 2 planeswalkers from the planeswalker deck, and then the Ajani, Unyielding, which was the regular set Ajani. Ooh, that is a good question. That's 128 out of 184, 53, 153, 91, and 31. So none of these are from the Planeswalker decks, which are the extra cards. Either way, again, this set's now got me super excited. I was, again, not thrilled with Kaladesh. I didn't like the crew mechanic, which we see here. I didn't like the energy counters. However, I did really like Fabricate. Fabricate seems to me like it's going to be even more important here with your artifacts being able to help you cast spells. Fabricates, again, if you don't remember, you can choose, so it's going to be fabricating a number. You can either choose to put that many 1/1 counters on the creature that's fabricating, or make that many 1/1 servo artifact creatures tokens. So now if you have a lot of fabricate, you can pop out little guys that basically tap for mana and are blockers. Seems pretty good to me. The only thing that it's not bad, but the only thing that isn't like as OP and broken as it possibly could be is Pias Revolution does in fact say whenever a non-token artifact is put into your graveyard. So the fabricate servos that you make, you won't be able to trigger, which is fine because that makes sense anyway because it is trying to recur them. So obviously you can't recur a token. Token's gonna exile out anyway. But it just would imagine if you could basically no, and everybody would just say no, I'm not gonna let it. I'm not gonna take the damage. So put it back in your hand. Oh wait, exile. Okay. But still, like, if it was like some kind of way to trigger for token stuff, I don't know, whatever. Maybe I'm thinking if it was more of like a Blood Artist, where every time an artifact left the battlefield. Oh, you know what? Kaladesh did have a card like that. Marionette Master. Every time an artifact is put into your graveyard, deal damage to each opponent, I think, or target opponent, where the damage was equal to Master Marinette's or Marinette Master's power. And it was like a 1/4, but it fabricated for like 3, so it could be a 4/7. So you could be dealing 4 damage, something like that. It was a black card. I know I put it in Brea. But yeah, that's it for now, guys. Of course, always tell me if you're enjoying the spoilers. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you're planning on building in the comments below, which means you gotta leave me a like. And well, you don't have to leave me. You don't have to leave me a like to do that, but you have to leave a comment to do it. I'd prefer if you leave me a like. It always does really help me out. If you are interested in Magic the Gathering, WWE 2K17, Loot Crate, Darkest Dungeons, and any of the other games we play on the channel, make sure you subscribe. It does really help me out, and I really do appreciate it. You can follow me on Twitter in the meantime at DM_cross. If you are interested in where to see your Magic spoilers, I am using the website Mythic Spoiler. Their Twitter handle is at Mythic Spoiler. The Wizards online handle for Magic the Gathering is at Wizards_MTG. I'll put all those links into my description below. Until next time, guys, that's all I'm going to have for y'all. Peace.